All right, we are live. We are recording. I think we are good to go. All right, so my name is Renee Hunt, and I'm a double diamond in Cleveland, Tennessee. Debbie Tromley is my side sister, so we're both under Tina Hatcliffe. Tina Hatcliffe. And there, Debbie, are you in Murfreesboro?
No, I'm actually in Hermitage, which is just 5 minutes from the Nashville airport.
Oh, wow. Okay. So we get to spend lots of amazing time together, green carpets and conferences and events over at Tina's. And she has just become one of my dear friends in this business. And so I was so excited when she asked to do this. First of all, you guys know, I already announced, I'm a double diamond. I've been doing this business for about 3.5 years. And I am absolutely in love with all things It Works. I love this company. I love the integrity of the company. I love our leadership. I love our products. I am just all about all things It Works, including the friendships that we gain. Hey, girl, hey. So, Debbie, if you will, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm a double diamond too, and June the 4th will be my 6th year anniversary. Can't believe that.
Woohoo!
I know, but been doing direct sales for like 23 years, and it's so amazing, y'all. Today I met a couple just by accident while I was out and about. They live in the little town that Mark Pentecost, our CEO, his father was getting his teeth cleaned. Y'all follow this story. It's a great story. Mr. Pentecost was getting his teeth cleaned back in the 90s. A young woman by the name of Kelly. And there was this network marketing company called Excel Communications. And she had gotten into it with her parents. She told Mr. Pentecost about it. Mr. Pentecost immediately called his son, Mark Pentecost. Mark was a school teacher and wasn't interested but wanted some extra money, and that's how Mark got introduced to network marketing. And so I meet this couple today that just happens to know Kelly, who introduced Mr. Pentecost. And I just think it's so amazing that if she hadn't been a dental hygienist cleaning this man's teeth, he wouldn't have told his son about this network marketing opportunity, and we wouldn't be on this Zoom tonight representing It Works Global.
It's amazing how it all comes together, and that's why it's so important that we never hesitate to share, because you don't know, it's not always about you. It's not always about your chart. It could be what changes somebody's life, somebody's legacy forever. Mm-hmm. Debbie, back when we both promoted Double Diamonds, we were doing power hours. There was no such thing as power hours. So what has Power Hours done for you in your business?
Well, you know, Tina, actually, I guess Maria Napoli, Presidential Diamond, who's on Tina's team, kind of got it started, as far as I knew of, about a month or so ago. And we were doing them, I think, Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursday nights. Anybody that could jump on there, jump on. And here's what it did for me. I am the biggest procrastinator ever. I just am. And I can remember in high school, having tests and exams. Man, I crammed the night before. I aced it. I was on the National Honor Society, so obviously I could do that. Well, in this business, you really don't need to procrastinate, right? The longer you procrastinate, the longer it is before you get promoted. So during those power hours, I realized that there were a couple of things. Number one, the accountability that was involved, because you've got, sideline sisters, downline team doing it. The other thing was just the energy that's created by us doing it. And there's a little bit of friendly competition. We really aren't ever competing with each other. But, if somebody says, hey, Renee, you got 10 minutes to send out 5 text messages. And if you do that, if you do more, whatever. And so there's just that little friendly competition.
I love it. I love it. Well, we are not going to delay anymore. We are going to go ahead and get started because it is a full hour. And what I do, this is the first time I've worked with, that we brought in another team. But what I typically do, and it's going to be kind of weird because you're not going to be looking at the screen. So even in our recording, it's just a lot of people looking at their phones, basically. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you what we're doing. I'm going to set my timer, and then when the timer goes off, we stop. So it's more about time than it is about number. And I'll explain the reasons behind everything, all of the tasks. So the first task that I always start off with, and probably because I try to do a power hour every day, even if it's not consecutive, like I don't feel the need to have to do it in an hour. Like if I do 5 minutes here and 20 minutes there. I mean, I'm a mom. I don't have time sometimes to do it in an hour. And if I got inside of my head and said, oh man, I don't have an hour, I would never be anywhere. So I do 5 minutes here, 15 minutes there, whatever I need to do. So the first thing that I always do is send Facebook happy birthday messages. Okay. If you have already done that for the day, then, and this is what I typically do in our team power hours. If you have already done that, or if this doesn't really apply to you, add people on Facebook or Instagram. If we're doing something that you can't really do or you've already done for the day, just add people on Facebook or Instagram. So the reason why we use private messaging to send Facebook birthdays is because it triggers the Facebook algorithms to show your post to those people more. So I always send, and I do either a cute GIF where like it's somebody dancing or whatever, and then I send a message, just something different than just happy birthday. Because you want to be personal, you want to be unique, and you definitely want to stand out to them because they're getting told happy birthday all day long. So you want to be unique. All right, so Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes. All right, y'all.
Okay, here we go.
Hey, Ashley, what we're doing right now is we're doing 5 minutes of sending Facebook happy birthday messages. Okay? Alexa off. All right, so that was our first task. The second task, this is something that is really important. I think sometimes we get scared to do it because people are more inclined to say no, and so we get scared. But I don't want you to be scared. And the way that I'm telling my team to approach this is we're doing a team-wide relaunch. And so the next 15 minutes, and I know that sounds like a long time, but parties are really important. I want you to reach out to people and ask them to host a party for you. What you can say, and this is kind of how I'm going to approach it, is these are people you already know, people you have a relationship with, not some cold messaging that you're doing on Facebook. These are people you know. Reach out to them and say, hey, blah, 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 some sort of introductory, right? And then you say, I'm sure you know that I am I have a business, and I'm actually relaunching that business, and I'm looking to give away 4 free wraps. Would you be interested in claiming one of those wraps? And when they say yes, say awesome. All we need to do is get a couple, 2 to 5 of your friends together, really casual. Do you guys see what I'm saying and how I'm going with that? Okay. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
Also, if you feel like you don't want to message someone because for us on the East Coast, it's 9:20, create the message and write their name down and then message them tomorrow, okay? Here you are. Okay, BJ, what we're doing is we are messaging people to ask them if they would be interested in hosting. And so since you are just starting your business, you can kind of take that approach. Hey, I'm getting started. I have 4 free wraps that I'd like to give away. Would you be interested in one? And when they say yes, that's when you, hey, and that's when you respond back and say, awesome, great. All we need to do is get 2 to 5 of your friends together. Nothing real, super casual. Put it in your own words. You get what I'm saying. You got this. By the way, you want to keep track with what you're doing. So make sure that you are keeping up with that.
While we were doing the happy birthday post, I was sending out friend requests, and I
had to do that too.
Yeah, I just had two to come back and accept.
Woo-hoo! And Debbie, what I tell my team, and I'm sure you do this, is as they accept, make sure you write down their names. So you can keep up with who is adding you.
Don't you love copy and paste?
Yes. So for those of you who, just to clarify, we always make it personal. So, you don't copy and paste everything. But that last part about asking them to host is what you copy and paste. I always second guess whether I set my timer or not.
Oh,
And I've already got back a yes. Woohoo!
for a party?
Yes.
Cool.
I don't know if this is going to work or not, but I'm going to try it. Alexa, how much time left on the timer?
You have one timer with about 50 seconds left.
Yay, it works. Alexa off.
So Renee, on the response you got back as a yes, read the message that you sent to that person.
Y'all are going to laugh. Okay. So I said, hey, gorgeous, it's getting about that time. We need another get together. She and I used to teach together years ago. And every once in a while we'll get together, have a glass of wine. We both have little kids. I said, hey, I have a huge favor to ask. I'm doing a relaunch of my business and looking to give away 4 wraps to some sweet friends who are willing to get a few people together. We can even have wine spritzers. And she said, yes, for sure. And then she started talking about when we could do it.
So that's a good example of how, because of the relationship with her, it was all about very personal message.
Always.
Yeah.
The more personal you can be, and here's the thing, I always incorporate relationship building into my power hours. Because if we don't do that intentionally, then we don't do it at all, right? So, and then we can get, and here's the big disclaimer about doing a power hour is if you are not intentional, you get sucked into the black hole of social media where you end up doing this, right? Scrolling and scrolling and scrolling. Whereas if you know, okay, I'm going to go message 15 people who have accepted my friend request, but we've never talked, and just say, hey, how are you? Or go engage on their page and like and comment. That has to be intentional. And if you guys watched the Zoom that Cammie did, that was something they talked about was really being intentional about the way you work your online business, and not just haphazardly doing it, building those relationships. And I have built relationships online. A lot of my friends are acquaintances. Stephanie and I grew up in Maine together. I only lived there for 2 years, but I carried on that relationship on Facebook, and was able to reconnect with her. So you have to really utilize the people you already know. That skips a whole hurdle that you typically have with cold contacts. You have no relationship with them whatsoever. So if you can get those acquaintances, you are already skipping that hurdle. And so I always encourage you to look for mutual friends that you already have. Any questions before we move on? Okay. The next is 10 minutes of following up with leads. Now, some of you are super organized and you have a nice, beautiful list of people to follow up with. I am less organized about that, and so I just go through my messages and like, oh, yes, I need to message her. That's one thing I need to work on. But I know that. I'll admit that. All right, so for 10 minutes, we're going to follow up with any leads that we have. If you don't have any actual message leads where you have talked with people, go back and look at your post, your marketing post, and see if anybody has liked or commented. That doesn't necessarily mean that you have to message them and say, hey, are you ready to buy that? It could just be, hey, how are you doing? Hope you're having a good week. Okay? All right. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes. Starting now.
feel like we're in the library.
Stephanie, you need to cut that out. Your face is frozen on a yawn. Alexa, how much time is left?
You have one timer with about 2 minutes left.
Alexa, off. Okay. Up next, we have follow up with loyal customers. So again, in East Coast time, it's 9:50. If that's not something that you want to do this late at night, then you're going to want to go into eSuite and maybe look to see who you want to message tomorrow. That's totally fine, but just make sure you put that on your list of things to do for tomorrow, okay? Oh, how long is this? This is 10 minutes. Alexa, set a time for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
Renee, while everybody's doing this, I'm just going to show something real quick. These are index cards, and I have all my loyal customers on one. So whenever I enroll them, if I'm the one manually doing it, on my website or by phone, then as soon as I've got that information down, it gets transferred onto a card. And then it goes in chronological order of their auto ship date. So they sit here on my desk with a clip like this. And so just then I was able to see, oh, this guy's third order is coming up on the 6th, and today's the 4th. So normally today or tomorrow, I'm going to reach out to him and go, hey, just checking, that third order's due. How's it going? This has helped me more than anything to keep track of my loyals.
I've got to do that. I've got to do that.
Yeah, and so it becomes that discipline thing. So just every time you enroll a new loyal customer, start your little system like this, and that way you've got it in that chronological order.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So this is one of the things, if you start, you have a task that has messaging.
Mhm.
So instead of doing this task, I've had to be responding to all these messages from our previous task, but that's okay.
Well, you and I were talking today about, or I was talking about the need for structure so that we do these things, these income producing activities.
Yeah.
And for me, that I think that's why the power hours can be so
Alexa off.
so powerful, because that's power hour. Because if we know that we've got, even if it's just two of us, that we're sitting here, that we're not scrolling through Facebook, we're actually doing those IPAs.
Yeah.
And so for that reason alone, I love this idea. So I encourage everybody, if you've just got, one person on your team, do a power hour with them.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you don't Zoom.
Yeah, I love them. I really do, because I am that person who is so engaged in people's lives, because I do build so much on social media that I can get caught up so much in just scrolling, commenting, liking. And although I do build relationships that way, it's still, I can get caught not doing income producing. So, all right. Our next task is friend request for 5 minutes, people on Facebook or Instagram. Okay, go. Alexa, set a timer for 5 minutes.
5 minutes, starting now.
And I'm just going to let y'all know I'm picky about who I add. I don't add just anybody. I creep on their page. Are they posting inappropriate things? Are they posting negative things? Are they, I'm very picky about who I add. And I also make sure there's no other It Works distributors.
Right.
Alexa, how much more time on the timer?
You have one timer with about 1 minute and 10 seconds left.
Alexa off. Okay. The next 10 minutes, and this is going to be the last thing that we do, just because we've already it's almost 10 after 10. So I'm going to tell you guys what to do for the last 5 minutes. But for the next 10 minutes, we're going to create a product post and a lifestyle post to use for tomorrow. Okay. So what I do is I put it in my notepad. In TFF, we have, which Debbie, that's Anthony and Susan's page.
Mm-hmm.
But they have albums with before and after pictures, post ideas, all sorts of pictures. And so what I typically do for my product post is I go in, I get inspired by a post, and then I make it. I write it down. Lifestyle post, I usually try to stick with something about the stay-at-home mom or spending money or anything. Friendships, fun, or freedom. I try to come up with it that way. So go ahead, 10 minutes. Alexa, set a timer for 10 minutes.
10 minutes, starting now.
bless you. Alexa, how much time is left?
You have one timer with about 2 minutes and 20 seconds left.
Darn it, I'm already done. So while y'all are finishing up, I'll tell you guys what I said. I took a picture of WOW. I can show you. Well, where is it? There it is. So can you guys see that picture?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the picture I'm going to post. And what I said was, do what? Question mark, exclamation point, surprise face. No way, there's no way that happened in 90 seconds. Well, maybe, since I've physically seen it happen in front of my eyes. The first 10 people who comment WOW will get a free sample, just because I have a ton of WOW samples. So I like to keep it short and sweet. My lifestyle post is this picture. And it says, it's a pad and pen. It says, give your business to God and listen. And the pen says, it works. And I said, does it matter that our company is a Christian-based company? ? It matters to me. I am constantly being encouraged, prayed over, and given godly advice by other people in this company. I know that my leaders sincerely pray over me and my business. They remind me where it all starts and where it all comes back to. I'm so grateful to be a part of a company that's not ashamed to claim God as the ultimate leader. That matters to people. And, you know, if you've worked in a secular career field, you know how difficult it can be on a daily basis. And there's a lot of people who are tired of dealing with the negativity and the struggle of not being in a Christian environment. And you never know who dribbling that. Alexa off. Alexa off. Alexa off. Like my kid, I have to yell at him to get him to do anything. So that's just an idea. Sometimes I'm not quite so adsy. Y'all know, you see my post. Some of it's more out there, some of it's more subtle. Either way, I try to do at least 2 to 3 It Works posts a day. Other people have other standards. That's just what's worked for me. So what I'm going to give you guys for homework is to get to the next event that's in your area and invite people to go with you. So I know, Debbie, you've got an event coming up next week. We in Chattanooga have an event coming up next week. Stephanie, do you guys have anything coming up?
Well, we had a one team, one mission tonight, but I couldn't make it.
Oh.
Aww. Well, there will be another one. Sarah, I don't know if you know this, but I know we've posted in Team Hope, but next Thursday in Chattanooga, we have a one team, one mission. So your homework is to find an event, get to it, and invite people to go with you. All right?
Yeah.
So, Debbie, thank you so much.
Oh, no, thank you. This has inspired me because I really need to do this more with my team. So I appreciate us having that kind of team tag going on.
Yeah, absolutely. I love it. We try to do Zooms once a week with my team, and so far it's gone really well. I know things are getting a little crazy for some people. Sometimes we have a few people on, and sometimes we have closer to like 8. But tonight there was some issues going on. People had problems downloading it on their phones, and
Yeah.
sorts of mess. So Debbie, what I usually do is I share the power hour at the beginning of the week. I was a few days late this week, but I want to put in the hands of my team something that they can do all week long. And I don't know, Stephanie, Sarah, if that's helping you, what you have any comments about the power hours we've been doing?
No, I like them, actually, when I'm able to do them. Life is hectic, so
It
I like
is,
it.
but even if you can't get on the Zoom, you know that you can do it in your own time.
Correct.
Yeah. Sarah, have you been able to use them on your own time? I know you're muted. Okay. We're going to go ahead and call that a wrap, guys. Thank you guys so much for getting on. Thank you, Debbie. I can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, me too. Love you guys.
All
Take
right.
care.
Go get your green carpet tickets tomorrow, people.
Yes. Bye.
All right.
Bye. See you later.
Bye.